sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want a kick-ass t-shirt, just go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. How is everybody doing today? Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody's Christmas was doing good. Mine was good. My daughter had a great day, and that's all that matters. Well, my wife had a good day because my daughter had a good day, but it comes down to as long as my daughter had a great day, that's the big thing that matters. My parents had fun too, and that was pretty neat, you know, making sure my parents, they got to see the grandkids, and both me and my brother were over. We had a lot of fun, you know. Yeah, it's the holidays. Christmas is more about, to me, family getting together, that type of thing. So, where are we? Where are we? I was just listening to the news, and the Democrats have been complaining for Trump to shut down his charity because of conflict of interest. So he's going to shut it down, and now they're complaining that he can't shut it down. DNC is going to fucking bitch like a little girl no matter what he does. That's all they're going to do is bitch and moan, bitch and moan. They got to nitpick the little stuff. And what's funny is I don't hear a single one of them open their mouth about Hillary's foundation. I didn't hear them running their mouths when Hillary was Secretary of State and she signed that stupid agreement she never kept up with. I remember them making excuses for Hillary Clinton over her foundation. Now they got a problem with charitable foundations? Yeah. Sounds like they're bitching and moaning because Hillary got caught with her pants down on her foundation. So now they got to make us think about everybody else as like a little child. That's what the DNC is reminding me of. Shit, I was going to find that too. Give me a second. I can still talk, but they're in trouble, the DNC are. People are leaving with this childish attitude that they have. And it is a childish attitude. And it's not exactly my words. This was on Tucker Carlson. A woman wrote in a letter. And she's leaving the DNC party. And this is just great. Just great. All right, here it is.
I named Rod Dreher, who writes a great column over at The American Conservative, got a remarkable letter the other day. It came from a reader out in California. She's a lifelong liberal, who's having second thoughts about the world after Trump's election, but not in the way you think. She didn't give her name for fear of reprisals, but her words were so eloquent, I thought they were worth sharing. Here's part of what she wrote. Quote, in the wake of Trump's election, I'm experiencing tribe fatigue. I'm not tired of the other, the detestable tribe. I'm tired of my own. November 8th and its aftermath revealed to me that I am just so tired of these people. I can't be like them, and I don't want my kids turning into them. I'm tired of their undisguised contempt for tens of millions of Americans with no effort to temper their response to the election with humility or empathy. I'm tired of their unexamined snobbery and condescension. I'm tired of their name-calling and virtue signaling as signs of supposedly high intelligence. I'm tired of their trendiness, jumping in every left liberal bandwagon that comes along, transgender activism, anyone, and then acting like anyone who's not on board is an idiot or a hater. I'm tired of their shallowness. It's hard to have a deep conversation with people who are obsessed with moving their kids' pawns across the board, grades, sports, college, grad school, career, and in their spare time, entertaining themselves and taking great vacations. I'm tired of their acceptance of vulgarity and sarcastic irreverence as the cultural ocean in which their children swim. I'm tired of watching them raise clueless kids who go off to college and within months are convinced they live in a rapey, racist patriarchy. Make America great again is hate speech, and Black Lives Matter agitators are their brothers in arms against white privilege. If my kids are like that at 19, I'll feel I've seriously failed them as a parent. I'm tired of their lack of interest in any form of serious morality or self-betterment. These are decent, responsible people, many of them compassionate by temperament. And yet they seem two-dimensional, as if they believe that being a nice, well-socialized person who holds the correct political view is all there is, and there's nothing else to talk about. I am tired of being bored and exasperated by everyone. I feel like I've read this book 1,000 times, and there are no surprises in it. Down with Trump. Trans lives matter. Climate deniers are destroying the planet. No cake. We're gluten-free. These are good people in a lot of ways, but there has got to be a better tribe. And that leads me to, drumroll, the Christian right. Since November 8th, my husband and I have been taking the kids to church. I've come this close to buying a giant poster of the American flag for the living room. I may do it still. I want to prepare my kids to live according to some unchanging truth, not subject to every passing trend, and this felt like a start. This may be obvious to you, but secular liberalism does seem empty in some way, despite all the things my educated middle-class tribe has to be grateful for. I want more, especially for my precious kids. I'm trying. Wow. Well, if you live in a certain kind of zip code, you know exactly what she's talking about. Maybe you're having second thoughts about secular liberalism, too. Maybe it's not filling you up. Maybe it turns out to be a nothing burger and your stomach is growling. If so, it might be worth thinking about.
And I'm not saying these people, they got to come to the conservative. They can go wherever the hell they want. But there's people out there that are getting sick and tired of this bullshit from the DNC. Hillary's campaign is done. She's lost the race. And yet the DNC still continues to lose voters. People are tired of it. People are tired of everything's racist, everything's unqualified, everything's sexist. The country is based off of slavery and all this other stuff. People are getting tired of it. I know there's very intelligent Democrats out there. I've never doubt that. My in-laws are freaking smart as hell. This has got to stop. We have people more worried about parties, and it's both sides do this, but it's been the left really. And right now, they didn't like Obama, so we're not going to like Trump. No matter what, we're going to fight against him. You did it to Obama. Obama was bad for this country. And what's funny is, he got elected 2 times. Well, I hear him bitch and moan about Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan got elected twice. Fireworks. I say Ronald Reagan gets elected twice and fireworks go off. Literally, fireworks outside my house just went off. And if you ask why, well, New Year's Eve is coming. People are buying fireworks for that. They shoot off fireworks for just about everything down here. People get hurt. That's their stupid fault. But, of course, we'll have liberals. We need to ban them. No, we need to stop raising idiots. We need to stop protecting idiots. If you're dumb enough to be setting fireworks off in your hand or getting drunk and shooting them at each other, well, the results are kind of... Do you notice you don't have really that many idiot tigers or lions? Why? Because they get killed off. I'm not saying we need to kill them off. I'm just saying nature, there's the natural selection. And the problem with humans, I agree with George Carlin on this. We're protecting those that would have got killed off years ago, and they're breeding and they're creating more. Oh, it's scary. It's just ever. Let's see if I can find that. Here it is. Yeah, I'm going to be bad.
Something else I'm getting tired of is all this stupid bullshit we have to listen to all the time about children. It's all you hear in this country. Children. Help the children. What about the children? Save the children. You know what I say? Fuck the children. Fuck them. They're getting entirely too much attention. And I know what you're thinking. You say, Jesus, he's not going to attack children, is he? Yes, he is. He's going to attack children. And remember, this is Mr. Conductor talking. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And I also know all you single dads and soccer moms who think you're such fucking heroes aren't going to like this, but somebody's got to tell you for your own good, your children are overrated and overvalued. You've turned them into little cult objects. You have a child fetish, and it's not healthy. And don't give me that weak shit. Well, I love my children. Fuck you. Everybody loves their children. Doesn't make you special. John Wayne Gacy loved his children. Kept them all right out in the yard near the garage. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is this constant mindless yammering in the media, this neurotic fixation that somehow everything has to be revolved around children. It's completely out of balance. Listen, there are a couple of things about kids you have to remember. First of all, they're not all cute, okay? In fact, if you look at them close, some of them are rather unpleasant looking. And a lot of them don't smell too good either. The little ones in particular seem to have a kind of urine and sour milk combination. So stay with me on this. The sooner you face it, the better off you're going to be. Second premise, not all children are smart and clever. Got that? Kids are like any other group of people. A few winners, a whole lot of losers. There are a lot of loser kids out there who simply aren't going anywhere. And you can't save them all. You can't save them all. You got to let them go. You got to cut them loose. You got to stop overprotecting them because you're making them too soft. Today's kids are way too soft. For one thing, there's too much emphasis on safety. Child-proof medicine bottles and fireproof pajamas, child restraints and car seats and helmets, bicycles, skateboard, baseball helmets. Kids have to wear helmets now for everything but jerking off. Grown-ups have taken all the fun out of being a kid just to save a few thousand lives. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. What's happening is, all right, what's happening, you know what it is? These baby boomers, these soft, fruity baby boomers are raising an entire generation of soft, fruity kids who aren't even allowed to have hazardous toys, for Christ's sakes. Hazardous toys. Shit, whatever happened to natural selection? Survival of the fittest. The kid who swallows too many marbles doesn't grow up to have kids of his own. Simple as that. Simple. Nature knows best. We're saving entirely too many lives in this country of all ages. Nature should be allowed to do its job of killing off the weak and sickly and ignorant people without interference from airbags and batting helmets. Just think of it as passive eugenics, okay? Now, here's another example of overprotection. Did you ever notice on the TV news, every time some guy with an AK-47 strolls onto a schoolyard and kills 3 or 4 kids and a couple of teachers, the next day, the school is overrun with counselors and psychiatrists and grief counselors and trauma therapists trying to help the children cope. Shit, when I was in school, someone came to our school and killed 3 or 4 of us. We went right on with our arithmetic. 35 classmates minus 4 equals 31. We were tough. I say if kids can handle the violence at home, they ought to be able to handle the violence in school. I'm not worried about guns in school. You know what I'm waiting for? Guns in church. That's going to be a lot of fun. And it'll happen. You watch. Some nut will go fucking ape shit in the church, and they'll refer to him as a disgruntled worshiper. Here's another bunch of ignorant shit. School uniforms. Bad theory. The idea that if kids wear uniforms to school, it helps keep order. Don't these schools do enough damage making all these kids think alike? Now they're going to get them to look alike, too? And it's not a new idea. I first saw it in old newsreels from the 1930s, but it was hard to understand because the narration was in German. One more. Thank you. One more item about children, and that is this superstitious nonsense that blames tobacco companies for kids who smoke. Listen, kids don't smoke because a camel in sunglasses tells them to. They smoke for the same reasons adults do, because it relieves anxiety and depression. And you'd be anxious and depressed, too, if you had to put up with these pathetic, insecure, striving, anal, yuppie parents who enroll you in college before you're old enough to know which side of the playpen smells the worst. And then they fill you full of Ritalin and drag you all over town in search of meaningless structure. Little League, Cub Scouts, swimming, soccer, karate, piano, bagpipes, watercolors, witchcraft, glass blowing, and dildo practice. They even have play dates, for Christ's sakes. Playing is now done by appointment. Whatever happened to you show me your wee-wee and I'll show you mine? Hey, no wonder kids smoke. It helps. Not as much as weed, but hey, you can't have everything. You know it's true. Parents are burning these kids out on structure. I think every day all children should have 3 hours of daydreaming. Just daydreaming. You could use a little of it yourself, by the way. Just sit at the window, stare at the clouds. It's good for you. If you want to know how you can help your children, leave them the fuck alone.
And that. I had nothing to do with today's show. Just, I don't know, it popped in my head, and it kind of makes sense. We're protecting everything too much, and it's we get what we have on the Democrat side right now. A bunch of whiny-ass, annoyance. It just, We got to protect everything. We got to label everything. We got to put everything in a nice little box. And it has no basis. Everything is used for an advantage. It has nothing actually to do with making life better. It has to do with making the party get elected more. And these people don't realize that. They don't realize it. Or maybe they do, and they just don't give a rat's ass. I don't know. But I see the Republicans where they're trying to do more good than party politics. Do they do it? Yes. I'm not denying that, people. I never will. But it seems they try to do more for the American people than the Democrats. Democrats are more worried about how can we get the next person elected? How can we get this person elected? How we can do it? It's not what we can do. Because you want to know something? You make America better. You make our lives better. You'll get elected a lot more. There's a novel idea. Worry about that, and you would get elected a lot more. You wouldn't have to pull this identity politic bullshit. And on that, you've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio. And we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. Or welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm screwing up. Nothing new. Nothing out of the ordinary. Still not back to... out of holiday mode. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So, it's... Oh, did you guys hear the Chewbacca sing Silent Night? All right, one last thing before we really get serious about the show. Not that I'm ever serious. I'm sorry, I love this. I thought it was funny as anything. Not exactly funny, but it took a lot of effort for, I think it was Google did this.
This is ridiculous.
Now, it took a lot of talent to put that together, and they just used clips from the movies. That's all they did, is they used clips from the movie, and just took a lot of talent. The creativity with it is just mind-boggling within itself. Oh, let's see, where are we? Something new. Democrats are bitching about Trump. We'll have to listen to that for the next 4 years. And that's all they're going to do is just bitch, no matter what. And they're going to complain, they need to work with us. Yeah, they didn't work with the Republicans for 8 years. What was Obama's and Harry Reid's comment? Elections have consequences, and if you want to get something passed, try winning an election. I believe that's what they said. Methinks the Republicans heard. Listen, the Democrats got a little too cocky. They did. They got too arrogant. They thought their poop didn't stink. And it kind of bit him in the ass, pretty much. I don't know. It bit him in the ass. And they still... I'm sure they know it inside, but they don't want to admit. Because they would have to admit a failure. And to them, they think if they admit weakness... admit failure will be weakness. Now, me, I don't think that. I think someone that goes, hey, this is where I was wrong, this is what I did wrong, yada, 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 yada. That's not a weakness. That's acknowledging, just where you did wrong, and you're doing a self-evaluation of how you can get better. The ego in the Democrat Party is strong. And they're not smart enough to realize. Just step forward. Hey, yep. This is where we're wrong. This is how we're going to correct it. This is how we're going to go forward. These are the mistakes we did. And we took the Midwest for granted. We'll never do that mistake again. We're sorry. I think right now you got a lot of people that are going, why do I want to vote for them ever again? Step up, be a man, so to speak, figuratively. Man up to your mistakes. Mistakes happen. Hey, the last 8 years, look at that. The biggest guilt trip ever perpetuated on the American people. And I love how the news is bitching about Trump and how he's going to treat them. Do they understand how stupid they sound? These are the same group of people that kissed Obama's ass. They kissed his ass. And how did he repay him? Anybody remember? Bueller? He went and put surveillance on him. Well, not surveillance, but wiretaps, listening to their phone calls, limiting their access. That was okay. That was perfectly fine. Yes, it makes me stutter. Turns me into a stuttering fool. How asinine can they get? And this whole fake news and such, that's really biting in the... And it's coming to bite Facebook in the ass, too. And these hoaxes that were perpetuated. I keep seeing them come up as fake now. And then the news won't apologize, won't step forward and say, shit, we screwed up, we were quick to judge. Nope, we won't hear that. And you have 4 websites that were rushed. I mean, they couldn't get out there fast enough to blame Trump supporters for that Mississippi church arson. They just jumped out there so quick, including Hillary Clinton. They wanted to blame Trump supporter. Oh, they wanted to be on that real fast. But it turns out it was one of its own members, and it appears that he did it to try to incriminate Trump and his supporters. Hillary Clinton, the perpetrator who set the Hopewell MB Church in Mississippi on fire, must be brought to justice. This kind of hate has no place in America. Yeah, it does. Atlantic, the black church burned in the name of Trump. Sorry. The Atlantic, a news outlet which has frequently covered the topic of fake news, could quite possibly be the contender for one of the most false headlines this year, with a black church burned in the name of Trump. The Atlantic reported that the arson attack was being investigated as a hate crime, tried to link the attack to a rising racism, and claimed that the motivation was for someone to leave a calling card about politics. Since then, the claim, a fire marshal has declared that the attack was unlikely to do with politics. The site had to give an update on their article. But they didn't. They forgot to mention that the person was not a Donald Trump supporter, nor a white man. Even though in the original article, they tried to blame just that. We pick and choose so often what we want. Vox Media, the same news outlet which has officially banned employees from mansplaining, falsely labeled popular Trump supporters as anti-Semitics, and whose popular left-wing commentator was seen by the Clinton campaign as an attack dog to hold journalists accountable, pulled out the old stops in their attempt to make the Mississippi church arson attack seem like a racist crime from the right, and it was burning a black church is a political act. The message spray-painted on the burned bricks is drawing attention to a history of racist violence that has been amplified over the course of the 2016 presidential campaign. Black church have always been about more than spirituality. For generations, black churches have served as sources of refuge from and resistance to the racism persuading America's Christian pulpit. Adding that the threat of violent voter intimidation has become a cornerstone of the 2016 election. Trump supporters are welcoming the confrontation. Now we know that, surprise, surprise, it was Democrat Party was hiring people to create those issues. And really, that's shocking. They have not updated that it was not political and that it was a black man that did the burning. No, they're not going to do that. Surprisingly. Another paper, or not a paper, but the Southern Poverty Law Center had... God damn it, my mouse is acting up big time. Authorities suspect voter intimidation and burning and vandalism of Mississippi church. Southern Poverty Law Center is a fucking joke anymore. Seriously. I'm getting tired of hearing because it is so left-leaning, and I had a professor, this guy went nuts with it. There's 900 hate crimes being committed against liberals in the name of Trump. It's like, dude, chill, relax, take a deep breath. For a professor, you're pretty dumb. It was amazing how dumb this professor was. I couldn't believe it. Listen, I'm not paying attention to the time today. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. What it comes down to is this fake news is nothing but a distraction. It's nothing but a way for the Democrats to try to silence. As I said before, they can't silence us with the political speech anymore. They understand that's not working anymore. So they had to come up with a new way. And the new way is to try to label it fake news, hate speech. They're trying to go that route. And it's not working either. It's blowing up in their face. They don't understand people are tired of it. But the only way they can get any information across is by doing this. Because let me tell you, people are waking up to their bullshit, and they can't have the truth out there. They got to hide the truth. That's what it comes down to. They got to hide the truth. Because, well, it's not exactly flattering for them. The truth. The truth, it would hurt the Democrats too badly. And they know that. They know they can't have the truth. because it'll destroy them. The truth won't set them free. It's I'm trying to figure out a good way to say this. It's the Democrats, they can't take the truth. Because, well, they're underhanded, they're dirty, they're evil of evil. And it's not because I don't like them. I just see what they are about. And it's nothing good anymore. I honestly don't think they're out for the best of the public. Their ideology just does not line up anymore with the American way. It's more a global initiative that they're trying for. They care more about doing a global initiative than what's best for the American people. And that's what I see, and that's what I think. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's what I see. And my opinion, when it's my opinion, it's not wrong. Because, well, it's just that. It's my opinion. It's, I don't know. It's scary anymore, our government. It really scares the crap out of me what I see going on with the Democrat Party. And they never used to scare me. May have disagreed with them, but they're just hell-bent on everything anti-American. As I said, they're more worried about their global agenda than an American agenda. And it's showing big time anymore. I'm sorry if people can't see that. Why do I hear a dog barking? It's And as I said, and I'll keep saying that, and you got people that are leaving the Democrat Party in droves. They don't like what they see, and they're trying to run away as fast as they can. It's let me get on to something maybe a little bit more. Nope. And as I said, Hillary's still losing voters even after Election Day. A new Pew Research poll shows erosion among Hillary voters even after the election. A post-election poll finds that a tiny number of Trump voters have come to regret their vote, while a group 4 times larger now say they wish they hadn't voted for Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton. The poll found that fully 99% of Trump voters would still pull the lever for him on Election Day, were today instead of a month ago, meaning Trump has only lost 1% of support in 6 weeks since Election Day. But Hillary Clinton's support has eroded faster. Pew found that 96% of Hillary supporters say they would still vote for her today. However, compared to the mere 1% Trump loss, Hillary has lost 4% of her voters. Why is my mouse acting up? That's bad. That is bad. Any which way you cut it, I know you're going to have some switch, but it's Democrat Party is shooting itself in the foot repeatedly. I don't think they comprehend how bad they are hurting their own party. Just how bad it is for them. I really don't think they realize it yet. They got to get their heads out of their backside and start trying to self-evaluate. And I think I have it up later. They still have Keith Ellison, whatever the hell his name is, as a possibility for leadership for DNC. They're just screaming that they are anti-Jewish now. They just keep screaming it. Not because the man's a Muslim, because he's an anti-Jew. And it just, oh my God. The Democrat Party just keeps screaming that they've lost touch. And I don't know how much more proof you need. The American people just... Listen, it's not that I hate Muslims. I don't. I don't care about what religion you are. It's this group that's pushing towards us. And the Democrats are so blind to it. And they just keep ignoring it. And it's... They don't see how bad it's hurting their own party. And they don't care, it seems like. I don't know if they don't see or just don't give a shit. I'm not sure. That dog barking is really starting to ignore me. It's a little dog. I can't see it, but I can hear it. I can hear the little bugger. I'm at a loss. What I'm not at a loss for, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back to commercial. It just feels like I had a commercial. We'll be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHR Media ReaverOfCommonSense.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. I actually forgot about it. And I'm actually excited now because I forgot my sister is coming into town today. And she lives in Pennsylvania, so I only get to see her maybe once a year. I forgot, so my wife got a hold of me during the break. Is like, all right, what's the game plan for today? I was like, huh? I was like, oh, shit, that's right, I got to go. So as soon as the show's done, I got to do a couple things. My neighbor got his daughter a fish tank, and, well, I went a little nuts with fish tanks over the year. I got a 90, a 55, 10, and a 1 gallon. Plus, I have a 55 sitting in the garage that I've been thinking about setting up, and it's just funny. So he stopped by before the show started because he was like, all right, I put the chemicals in. No. I'm like, no. No chemicals. Fresh water, no chemicals. So I got to go check a couple things out real quick and help him set it up. It's so much fun, and I was explaining to him, it's like, okay, the 10s are nice, but they're actually, the smaller the tank, the harder it is to keep it. And when I heard that, I was like, what? Big tanks, they got to be harder. No, once you get the big tanks going, if there's a small mistake, you have a larger volume of water. So think of it this way. Take 1 drop of dye, a very small drop of dye, and drop it into a 90-gallon tank. It may not even change the color of the water. So think of that as a mistake and the levels going off. Now do that same drop in a 10-gallon, and you're going to discolor the water pretty good. And that's what happens with your levels, your ammonia and your nitrates and yada, yada, yada. See, I don't even worry about that because I just take the water down to it's a local pet store, and they test the water. They do all that, and it's perfect. And it's if you can keep a small tank going, you can keep a big tank going. So I got to go talk to him about that after the show. It's Democrats right now think they have this morality, they have this right, it's endowed on them that they have to complain and moan and fight every step of the way Trump. Because they think that's what they accuse the Republicans of doing. Republicans try to work together. They tried compromising. And I'm quoting both Harry Reid and Trump said the same thing. They're willing to compromise, but it's going to be their way or the highway. That's not compromise. They didn't want to work. They thought because they had control, they don't need to work. And now that they lost control, they're trying to still mandate what goes on, and it doesn't exactly work that way. It's this group. They're worse than a kid, I'll tell you that. They're worse than kids. And the next 4 years, it's going to be bad. I honestly think that if the Democrats keep going the way they are going, they're in trouble. They're going to keep, because if they try blocking this election, if they try the blocking, that is going to hurt them more than anything. Because it's immediately going to have people going, yeah. And I could see in 2018, the Republicans taking supermajority in the Senate and keeping supermajority in the House. Because people are going to say, let's see what they can do when they have control. People are not dumb. Politicians think people are dumb. But we looked into it. We saw you have the Democrats going, the Republicans are obstructionists, they're blocking us. You have supermajority. You have control of both houses. Yeah, well, they can't explain it at that point. They did the nuclear option in the Senate so that they could have full control. The Republicans are obstructionists, they're blocking us. You did the nuclear option, you have full control. And it's not exaggeration. That is exactly what's going on right now. And now they're all upset. We changed the rule in the Senate, and now the Republicans have control, and it's not fair that they have the nuclear option also. Come on. Grow a set. You created it. Shut up. Quit your whining. And the one that's amazing me, holy shit, this is amazing me. Harry Reid, hey, this man, I mean, I agree with this statement, but I think he's losing his mind. Where'd it go? My mouse isn't working. It's pissing me off. Harry Reid calls the DNC worthless under Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Outgoing Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid took a dig at the DNC, calling it worthless organization that does not sufficiently help the state parties. I believe one of the failures of the Democrat Party has been the Democrat National Committee. The DNC has been worthless. They do nothing to help state parties. That should be the main goal they have. I developed everything in Nevada on my own. Their help was relatively meaningless. In an apparent jab at Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Reid said he hopes the DNC picks a full-time chair. That was a good FU at her. They got a lot of issues within the Democrat Party. We need a full-time DNC chair, and what they should do, they can take my model if they want. It's not rocket science. So, of course, you can do what I did. Look how great I am. More chest thumping. It's You have Obama that's saying that they need to start developing at state levels and school boards because that's what the Republicans are doing. You always have to make sure that you blame Republicans for doing stuff. It's Republicans' fault. Republicans' fault. We got to point that out. It's Republicans' fault. You always want to do that. I find that the funniest. They always have to do that. They always have to make sure that they point out what Republicans do. Well, there's so much shit that they do, it's not even funny. They do so much and hide it. And it talks about right here, the two front runners for the DNC chairmanship are Representative Keith Ellison, who says he would resign from Congress if elected, and outgoing Labor Secretary Tom Perez. If they elect Keith Ellison, Democrats they're going down in flames. They already are going so anti-Israel, so anti-Jewish, it's not funny. They're going away from helping the middle class. I don't even think anybody in the party knows what they stand on today. It's and they just run around in circles. They stick their nose in so many things. I don't know. It's mind-numbing. I don't even know what Democrats stand for. They're not for minorities. They're not for anything. You can say they're for Muslims. They're for protecting Muslims. They're not for... I mean, they say they're for the gay community, the LGBTQ, PDQ. I'm not trying to make light. You got to come up with a better name, guys. You got to come up with a better name. They back a group that murders the LGBT community. They make excuses for them left, right, and center. They talk about being for the Constitution, but they do everything to destroy the Constitution. I don't see anything good coming from the DNC anymore. Nothing. Zip, zilch. All right, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Let me tell you. I got thinking during the break. I think I know what the Democrats and the Obama 8 years was good for. It created more conservatives, more Republicans, I think, than any other political time in history. Well, maybe not all time, but I think it's caused more people to reevaluate their lives, because my family as a whole did not just, we were never registered to any certain party. It had nothing to do with race. We don't give a shit about race. What it came down to is the bullshit that was going on. My dad is, or was, United States Coast Guard during the 60s. So when he saw what pushed him over was Benghazi, when it originally happened, none of the rhetoric, nothing. What happened pissed him off. That we left. And that people get so twisted on it. Where people have a problem. Yes, embassies have been attacked before. People have died in embassies before. But we never left Americans to die in an embassy before. That's where Americans have a problem and bitch about Benghazi. All this political bullshit that goes on. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is Americans were left to die. No military support. No nothing. And Obama did that for election purposes. He was up for a re-election, and that's all he cared about. It just... Nobody... It's the same bullshit. But Obama created more Republicans and more conservatives, I think, than any other time in modern history. And if you think different, prove me wrong. Prove me. Don't just say it. Prove me. just prove me wrong. Please. Because that's what they create. That's what this lasts 8 years. It just... And the biggest thing I don't understand, that so many Jewish people back the Democrat Party because that's who they're supposed to back. Look what the Democrats just did to Israel. Look what they just did. This, and they have other Democrats coming up that are pro-Palestine. They don't give a shit about Israel. They don't want Israel to be able to protect themselves. As Hamas lobs rockets, as Hamas kills people. If you looked at it, if you really looked at it, you would see that, and for what I've seen, maybe I don't know all the facts and I don't have everything, but for what I've seen, Palestine as a whole wants to make peace with Israel. Israel wants to make peace with Palestine for the most part, but it's Hamas, a terrorist Muslim organization, again, that's causing all the issues in that area. And they've now taken control of the government. And right on cue, here comes the Democrats, and they're now backing Hamas. They're backing Palestine. And it's funny because I was sitting here with my in-laws, and they're Jewish. And, we'll talk about Bernie Sanders. And I said he supports Palestine. No, he doesn't. My mother-in-law turned around and goes, yes, he does. No, he doesn't. And it was like he has pro-Palestine shirts and signs sitting right behind. He has no control. Yes, he does. These are the people that are standing. They're not there. Yes, they are. They're standing right there. You have them in the Democrat Party overwhelmingly now. And you still have some Democrats that are pro-Israel, but they're few and far between nowadays. And they've created this atmosphere for this anti-Israel, anti-Jewish sentiment. And then they try blaming the Republicans all the time. They create these messes they blame. They're the ones that run around, Trump's anti-Semitic. Yeah. His daughter's Jewish. Well, she converted to being Jewish because her husband was Jewish. They're always trying to point the fingers other places for their mistakes, for their issues. It just... I don't know. It's funny. I'm a conservative Christian, and I'm sticking up more for Israel than a lot of the Democrat Jewish people are. I'm not saying Israel is perfectly innocent in all what's going on. I would never say that because... Hang on. I thought my mic was coming apart. I'm surprised I haven't had a major issue with my mic stand. Oh, I had to say that crap. Now I'm going to have a problem with my mic stands, guaranteed. Guaranteed. But my mic stand's been doing really good. I haven't had major issues like I used to. And I just ruined it, didn't I? I don't know. And again, let's go to this fake news and the fact checkers. And they're always pointing their fingers. Exactly. That's what I'm worried about, Cal. It's going to fall over on me. It's because I gave it a compliment, and that's Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law is real for those that don't believe it. It is real. All right, back when me and my wife had just got married, we were living in an apartment. Sometimes had hit some rough patches. And we pulled up to the apartment. We were behind on the payment and everything, behind on the bills. And we were talking about it. I said, it can't get any worse, hon. We walked around to the door, and there was an eviction notice on the door. I looked at her. I said, I'm never saying those words again because that just proved karma's there, and it can get worse. You know, we paid the bill and got called up and everything. Everything was fine. But it was just funny to pull up. We're outside the apartment. I just said, it can't get worse. I walked in, and there was the eviction notice. I was like, son of a bitch. But right now we have it where these snoops, they're trying to link Trump to the KKK, but it's the same person trying to accuse that has been defending a racist professor. They've been trying to say Trump's the KKK and all that. And Hillary Clinton is the one that was hugging and kissing and saying how this person was the best part of the Democrat Party. And he was a top-ranking recruiter with the KKK during the 50s. Some of the most violentest times of the KKK. And he was a part of it, but he apologized. It doesn't matter. And then they're trying to go after Sessions because he might have said something mean one time. But they had a senator that was a high-ranking KKK member, and they want me to take it serious when they start pointing the fingers? When Hillary Clinton's hugging and kissing this senator? And no, he ran all the way until he retired in 2010. But it's, yeah. The KKK was created by the Democrat Party. Did their bidding. The Democrat Party created Jim Crow laws. That's why they're always trying to point the finger at everybody else and blame everybody else and use those terms. So they could try to take their sins and push them on to everybody else. people are waking up to it. They're getting slapped with facts in their face and going, holy shit, I've been backing a racist party. And they you would think the Democrats would have learned by now. No. I don't get it. What I do get is you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense Show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So, I know that's the same stuff. It's just the Democrat Party is just... They're not learning. They're not learning from their mistakes, and they're going on with the same rhetoric over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know. I don't know. It's mind-numbingly obnoxious, the shit that the Democrat Party is doing. And I can't believe these social medias that are supposed to be there for free speech and all this, and they're going along. They're going along with the destruction of free speech. And it's I don't know. There's no end to this madness in sight, and that's the scary part. I thought if they got their ass spanked, which they did, it might knock some sense into them, but it hasn't. It's made them go deeper. deeper into the bullshit. It's like a little child that didn't get his way. And instead of that child actually growing up, that was funny. Instead of that child learning, they whine more about it. It just... I don't know. It's really got me mind-numbing. And the rhetoric. The rhetoric is unbelievable. And now you got Obama, and he's trying to do as much damage on his way out. He screwed over Israel. He's screwing over any chance to be self-reliant on energy. And now he's trying to destroy the coal industry even worse than he already tried. He's not trying to do anything better. He's trying to create as much damage as possible. He's now he's setting up these new rules. It's a stream rule that potentially does designate as much as 2/3 of U.S. coal reserves off limit to mining. And I don't understand how a president can write in an EO and it's permanent. We need to have some rulings set forth about these EOs and end this whole thing once and for all. I don't know. I don't. It really is that annoying. Give me 1 sec. My sister actually just texted me. She's got in town. I apologize about that. My sister's in town. What can I say? It just. I don't understand the whole issue that goes along. They're not out for the betterment of this country. They're trying to make as much problems So Trump and the Republicans will be busy cleaning up his mess, not doing anything to make the country better. And then they go, look, he didn't do anything. That's all. They're going to try to blame this on a bunch of other things. Oh, look, he's against global warming. These idiots don't realize that how much better coal plants are, how clean they are. They see that white substance coming out. Oh, my God, look at that pollution. Ah. No, that is steam. I got into this with my father-in-law. Because my dad, part of what he did for a living was he did millwright, which is a lot of different things. And one of the things they did was going into these plants and putting those scrubbers in. He said that so little pollution is coming out of those things. That is so clean coming out. But these idiots just see white substance. Look at that pollution. Diesel trucks, that black smoke that comes out. Oh, look at all the pollution that's coming out. Yeah, it might be black. It might be visible. But it's actually less polluting than cars are. I get so... And they say I'm the uneducated one. And that's the other thing that really burns my ass. And this is a personal bitch I have. I get told by Democrats and some of these snobbish never-Trumpers, I'm an idiot because I never went to college. I'm uneducated. I'm dumb. Well, let me explain something. I wasn't dumb enough to go get lectured and pay $40,000, $60,000, $100,000 a year to go have someone tell me their opinions of life. I went out and worked my ass. I went out in the field and learned life from life. And I didn't have to pay somebody for it. In fact, I got paid to do it. Doesn't make me Einstein. It just, I'm not uneducated. And when I see him say it, I just start laughing and go, you fucking bigot. Because that's all they are. They are always screaming, everybody's a bigot. They're the biggest bigots out there. Drives me up a wall. Amazingly, that's the end of the show. I can't believe it went that quick today. Really did. Blew by. Now we're going to have an interesting week. It'll be interesting. But you've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, and we will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. Till tomorrow, have a great day and be safe. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.